Welcome back to another video. Hopefully you have watched my road trip video in the little car. It went quite well, but as you will have seen, I had to call for recovery to get home. Not ideal. It was a bit disappointing to have to do that, but with the wheel bearings starting to make noise, it kind of was essential really. I couldn't carry on driving. It would have ended up in the bearing either seizing, which on a motorway at 60, being a front bearing, would be very hard to control. It could have disintegrated and I could have lost the wheel, would have caused more damage to the car. So it was the safest option just to call it quits and get the car home safely. It did take a long time, 12 hours altogether, but the car's home in one piece. So this little video I'm going to go through a bit of a damage assessment of what happened to the car. So I've got to confirm which front wheel bearing it is that's failed, and I've got I suspect I've got a head gasket failure as well. I noticed the temperature never got too high, so if the head gasket has failed, it's probably poor quality parts, or I've made a mistake when I assembled it, or something along those lines. It never overheated, but there was a bit of coolant had come out of the overflow in a bit sudden. It just a sudden spray had squirted out the on the radiator there. So, but have a look at that. I've also got a misfire when it's first starts up from cold, and I drive down the road and I get some smoke coming out the back. I'm not 100% sure if it looks blue or white smoke, so something to investigate. So I've bought a cylinder head gasket set to have a look at it, but there's a couple of other bits and pieces we'll have a look at first, just to see if we can see what's going on. To fix the wheel bearing, I've got some disc hubs, some 7.5 inch discs and calipers, and all the bearings and bits and pieces to go with it. So this video I'm just going to go through and we'll have a look at what the problems are, and the next one will be replacing some stuff. So I'll stop chatting and get the bonnet off, and we'll start investigating what's gone on under there. Right then, so I've just taken the bonnet off and I've just gone to release the radiator cap, and there was still a fair bit of pressure in there. The car hasn't run since Thursday was the last time it was run, and there's a little bit of pressure still in the cooling system, which there shouldn't be that much pressure there when it's cold. It's stone cold. So that's another indicator towards a head gasket failure problem. I'm going to dip something in there and see if we can see what colour the coolant is. Just got this white piece of paper just to dip in the header tank. The coolant looks clean. If there's any failure, it's not got oil passing through. That plug looks in good condition. This one appears okay. This one's a little wet with fuel. I can just smell petrol on there. That one appears okay. So there doesn't appear to be a load of oil fouling or anything, or none of them are particularly look like they've been cleaned by coolant. Coolant level hasn't actually gone down, so it's a bit of a mystery really. I do need to check the gaps. Right then, it's not very often you use a laptop on a Mini to have a look at problems, but as you might be able to see on the laptop screen, I've got this little camera. You can see the camera. I'm going to stick this in the spark plug holes, and we can see if we can see any evidence of oil or coolant contamination. So we'll have a look at that now. I'll zoom you in on the screen See if you can see, because I don't know how to capture the footage of it properly. So if we take it into the laptop screen, and I'll try not to stand in front of the camera, get the camera the right way up, there we go. Okay. Some signs of water contamination in there or something. I think there's definitely some oil in there. I don't know if you can see, there's some marks there where I would suggest there's been something running down the side of the cylinder wall. So I think, in conclusion, we almost certainly need to take the cylinder head off to have a good look, see what's going on in there. I think it's clear to see when we put the camera in there, there's some signs of fluid inside the bores, inside the cylinders particularly. So I'm satisfied that that's confirmed the cylinder head gasket's failed, seeing the water inside the bores, or signs of water running down the inside of the bores. Those bores were clean and freshly honed before the engine went together, so I'm going to have a look to see which wheel bearing has failed now, and that'll be the end of this. So the car's now jacked up on axle stands. This is the side, the driver's side front, where the wheel bearing noise is coming from. And listen to this. That bearing's past it. Don't know if you can hear that. So that is the damage all confirmed. We've got a driver's side front wheel bearing failed and a cylinder head gasket failed. Not really ideal for a road trip, but these things happen. So next video will be the head gasket change, and the one after that, I'm not just going to change the wheel bearing. I'm on drum brakes at the moment, so I'm going to do a full 7.5 inch disc conversion for the front. Got new bearings, new brake lines, new calipers, discs, pads, and the only thing I'm going to reuse off here is the ball joints, because the car's done 1,000 miles and they were brand new ball joints, so I shall swap those over onto the new hubs. So thanks for watching this, and I'll see you again next time.